Welcome to this video. Here I'm going to show integrating results into your Android app and run through it. And what I'll use is just a really simple Android app, just a basic template. So you can see the files that I'm working on and the manifest file and basically just a step-by-step demonstration of how it's done. And if you have any questions that I don't address in this video, feel free to give us a call or an email, and yeah, we'll get back as soon as possible. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is open up Eclipse. I have this demo app already loaded in here. There's nothing about it. Like I said, it's just a real basic Hello World demo. Okay, so if I open up in the browser, the results website, and the first thing you'll do is when you first sign up for results, or if you have an account, is you'll see the add an app page. And so from here it's the wizard to get started. So this first step is app name. So we'll just put some generic stuff. So demo video app. Okay, the package name. I'll go back to Eclipse. You can open up your Android manifest file and find that right here within Eclipse if you have this view open. More than likely you know what this is already, but just in case you don't, here's a way to find it. It's also right here. So I'll copy this and go back to the browser and now I will paste that in there. Okay, operating system, Android, app category. So the reason we ask for this category right here is if you are using results, the We Pay You version, the free version, where you're monetizing as well as engaging, the apps we want to suggest to the users is partially based on the app it's coming from. So if your app is a casual game or an entertainment, then the apps we suggest are going to typically be similar to those categories. We wouldn't show probably a financial app inside of a casual game. It probably wouldn't perform very well. So right here I'll just choose tools. Estimated number of active users. It's kind of for your reference and ours to kind of know what scale we're dealing with, and how many users you currently have and what we can expect. So the next step, and I did another video on how to get this key, but I'll just go through it again here as well. But excuse me, it's so you need your Google Cloud Messaging, the API key. And there's a faster video than the one I'm doing today, but you can click on that and watch it if you'd like. So first thing we'll do is click this button, and it opens up a new page, and it goes inside of actually our Gmail account here. And so we'll need to create a project. It'll be a brand new project. So we'll just type demo app. The project ID, this is automatically generated, not important for us. It's not something that we're going to use throughout the entire process. There's another term like the project name. I believe it's the name. I'll go back to that, and you'll see it a little bit further on in other steps. I'll go back to that, but we're not using this. Just leave that, whatever they come up with, leave it there. So click create. Okay, this takes maybe a minute. I don't know. Usually it's done pretty fast, and it's being processed right now, and it's creating the project for us. We'll go back to here. So you could either stay on this page and wait till it's done, or come back here and kind of go through these steps to see what you'll need. We just created the project. We gave the project a name. So now we're on step 4, waiting for Google to finish creating your new project. Let's see if it's done. Yeah, it's finished. Okay, so this very next step is this project number. That's what it is. Just copy and paste that into like Notepad or something. You'll need this number when you actually integrate the SDK into your app. So what I'll do is just grab that number, copy it, oops, And make sure you copy it correctly because it's got to be accurate. So here, I'll just paste it here, minimize. Next, we need to enable an API, and that's the Google Cloud Messaging for Android. So just scroll all the way down. Let me close this. Let's see, Google Cloud Messaging for Android. So this button to the right, it's currently, this is turned off, so just toggle it on. And accept that if you have not already. Click accept. Okay, so it's enabled. Next, we need credentials. So you click on that credentials link. The next, under public API access, click create new key. Here you will choose server key, not Android key, not iOS key, not browser, server key. You will leave this field blank and click on create. Okay, so we have our key. That is our API key. A lot of steps to get it, but it is easy to do. So right here, that's where we need to paste that. I always kind of double check to make sure I got it right. So it ends in a C, starts with an A. Yeah, it looks like I'm good. Okay, so here, content rating. That goes back to, so when we suggest those apps on our free plan, on the monetization, we won't suggest anything that's inappropriate for your content. Obviously, this is really important for to be compliant with Google Play, their ad policy. So we really respect that, and we watch it closely, and so that's why you need to make sure to choose what you have set on your Google Play listing. And if you haven't deployed your app on Google Play yet, that's fine. You can always come back and change this as well if you need to. Okay, so we'll go to the next step. Click next. Okay, this is obviously we're in the free plan on results, and that's why it's asking for automated messages. If you're using our paid plan, our pro plan, it won't even go to this step. It's not relevant for what you're doing, so you can ignore this next minute or two. And but if you are using this plan and you're monetizing with this, this is important to get right. Okay, so these you can send, or our system will send an automated message up to once per day and up to 7 times per week. Really, I recommend 3 to 5 times. Depending on your app, it may work to do it more, but at the same time, you don't want to burn out your users, and you don't want them to get sick of getting these push notifications that land inside of their inbox and with the results inbox. So this first field is asking, what is your primary benefit of your app, your game, for your users? What is it that they enjoy the most? And currently, this is how we have it set up. Later on we might adjust and change things, but so far it's been working out well. So you can type anything that's relevant for your app and your content. So I'll put learn how to integrate results into an Android app. Okay, so this is pre-made stuff. Happy Monday. Have you opened your app name today? Learn how to integrate results into your app. These placeholders where the brackets, and it says app name and a closed bracket and then primary benefit, those will be replaced when they're sent out. So your app name that we inputted earlier would replace that. Primary benefit would be this here. So just for this demo, I'm going to leave all those as the default, but you could change those, and you could even, if you don't want one going out on Tuesday and Thursday, just leave them blank. There's only one day needs to be filled out, but worth mentioning is if your real goal here is to monetize, I recommend definitely more than one day, but but not overkill either. And also coming back to this same page every few weeks, I suggest changing these up and experimenting with new copy and new text that works well for your app. It's not required. You can let this thing go on autopilot and it's fine as well, but that's just a recommendation. Okay, and agree to the terms. I'm not going to go through those or read them yet, but you please do. Save and proceed to final step. All right, so I mean we're almost done with this particular part. So it's just a review of what we have here. This key we'll need when we work on the code. That's the Google Cloud Messaging API key, your category, content rating, and we're on a pending status. Okay, so this next question, it says, does your app use Google Play services? So this, I know this is fairly new for a lot of different developers. They're starting to add Google Play services into their apps. One of the reasons for this is Google wants to not allow for profiling of users and for advertising purposes the use of the device ID. Instead, we have the Google Ad ID that we can use now. This is optional with us. If you choose no, you skip a big step, and it should still work fine. I recommend that you do use it if possible, but it's, like I said, not required. Occasionally, it helps on the tracking. So for the advertising, and the conversion rates can go up a little bit higher. So if we do have it, but if not, there's a lot of tracking solutions out there currently that doesn't require it. Okay, so for this, we'll go ahead and choose yes. If you choose no or I'm not sure, they basically do result in the same thing. It takes out a step, but we'll choose yes, and I'll demonstrate on how to add it. It's actually really easy. Okay, these directions here, I prefer to use this web-based version because all of this code, it's pre-filled out for you. So see here, your package name is already in here, and a few other spots as well. But I'm going to scroll all the way down. If you'd rather see a PDF and have a hard copy to work off of, and also see a demo app with the code and it works, you could even launch it on here. You can click this button and download the SDK. All right, so let's scroll back up though. We'll use the web version. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is add SDK jars to your project in Eclipse. Okay, I'm gonna switch a screen real fast on the pause the video and come right back. Okay, sorry for that brief pause. So here we just need to download these jar files. So where we need to save these is in the lib. Actually, I believe it's libs. It's missing that S, but the libs folder on your within your Android, your project. So we're using Eclipse here. Yeah, so see the libs folder. I'm back over here in Eclipse now. So what we'll do is right click on this, and I've already saved it into here, but I'll save it over it again. So results with Google Play services. Yeah, we'll replace that. We need the Google Cloud Messaging jar file, so right click on that. If you don't currently have it, and obviously if you have these already, don't replace them, just leave them in there. Except for this one, you'll always want to get the fresh copy of that. Android support v4. My solution already has it, so I'm not going to add that. I'll skip it. It's here just in case you need it. Okay, so now it says in Eclipse, right click on results with Google Play Services jar and add to build path. So let's do that. Okay, so it's not showing up here. We just need to refresh. So if you right click and then click refresh, I think, yeah, press F5 too. So the one we need to add to the build path is results with Google Play Services. So right click on that, go to build path, add to build path, and it's done. Okay, so let's go back to these directions. Step 2. Okay, import Google Play Services lib library project. Okay, so here we'll have to find this on your hard drive. It's usually located where the Android SDK is located on your local machine. If it's not, you simply have to get it from the Android SDK manager. So what I'll do is real fast is I'm going to show you how to get that in case you don't have it. So any clips, let's open the SDK manager. Excuse me. Okay, what we need to do is scroll all the way down and in extras, look for Google Play services. So right here, so mine's installed. If yours is not, you'll want to do that now. And after installing it, more than likely you'll want to restart Eclipse as well, and for this to work correctly for you. So yeah, I recommend doing that now if you don't have it installed already, and then rejoin on this video after that point. Okay, so now we'll assume that you have that and you're ready to go. So the next thing we need to do is go to, go to File, and we need to import and click on Android, existing Android code into Workspace. So click Next. So the root directory, so yeah, you have to find this now, and there's a lot of text I know right here, so bear with us, but it's typically, like I said, where your Android SDK is saved, then in Extras, Google Play Services, Lib Project, and then right there. And the one we will want to choose is this directory right here, just the directory itself. So let's do that now. So I go to Browse. You guys, let's see here. SDK, go to Extras, Android, Google Play Services, Lib Project, and choose that there, that directory. Okay, and then click OK. Okay, now make sure that you have this checked, copy projects into Workspace, and now click Finish. Okay, I'm waiting for this to clear up, building workspace. Okay, now we need to add this. So let's right click on your project and go into Properties. Next, choose Android, and within this library section, we need to add the Google Play Services lib. So click Add. It should be listed there for you. As long as you have downloaded it and you just did the prior steps that I just showed you. So click OK. Click OK again here. Yeah, cool. So we're good there. So we've added Google Play Services. Okay, now let's open up this again. Basically all these steps right here, all this text, we just did that. So we're good. Now we need, we're on step 3. So open your manifest file. We need to add all of these following permissions. You may have some of these already within your project. So if you do, just make sure you don't duplicate. Take those out. But okay, I already have this manifest file open, but I'll show you again. So double click here. Select this tab. Okay, and so let's paste in all of those permissions. Let's tab it over. Okay, so see our package name here? It's already been updated here, which is correct. That's what it needs to be. So we're good. One thing I want to mention is the get task permission. The reason we request this is so when the push is sent to the user and they tap on it, first we want to open up the app. We want to make sure your app is opening it up, and then the results inbox should follow up afterwards and it opens up. That way the inbox itself doesn't open up in your app, it stays dormant. This way you get both of those activities open. Okay, so let me go back to the browser. We have our permissions added. Okay, and still while within the Android manifest file, we have to add these things as well. There are 3 new activities, and it's for the inbox, the settings, and for the notification activity. So just copy this, go back into Eclipse, and this is within the application, this node or element. So see, I'm sure you have either several activities or you have your main one there. That's our main activity on this demo app. Well, I'm just going to paste it below that, clean that up. So all of this is correct. You don't need to change a thing if you're using the web version of this. And let's go back again. Okay, now we need to add the receiver, the service, and the metadata. All easy stuff. Well, let me make sure I select everything. So I'll go to, okay, I got it all selected, copy. Okay, so, and still within the application, paste that. And we'll I'll tab that over. So again, this is already pre-filled out. It's ready to go. Now let's go back to the browser again. Okay, so the Android manifest file completely updated. We're good to go. Step 4 is this here. This is where we initialize the SDK, and I will show you how to do it. What's handy is it pre-fills out. So right here, this second argument in this code, that's your results app inbox key, which is given above up here, but it's ready just to paste in. So select all of this and copy. Let's save our manifest file and close it. Okay, so you want to open up your main activity. It may not be called main activity. I'm sure you know which one it is. If not, you can look on your manifest file and look for intent filter, and whichever one that has this action main, that should be your main activity. So I'll double click on this. Okay, so I opened up the main activity. I still have that. Let's see here, this code on my clipboard. I'll copy it again just in case. And within your onCreate method of your main activity, this is where you want to paste this. Okay, so we need to import the project up here, but to do that in Eclipse, you can just simply left click on this, click import app inbox. Then we need to do this somewhere else on here as well. Gender. Okay, so be sure you choose the correct one here. Google Ads uses this same model, so make sure you click ours here. So results app inbox model. Okay, so now we're set up. The code is actually ready to go, this far anyways. Right here is the activity, your API key, your results inbox key. Remember I mentioned earlier, and I copied it, I showed you in Notepad, I pasted our project number that Google gave us. So this is where we need that. So I'll open that back up. Let me copy that. So take out all of this text, that placeholder text, and put that here. So that's it. Okay, on these sub-IDs, so these are totally optional. These are for your reference, and they'll show up in your reports. You can really put anything that you want here. I mean, it is a string, and you can, if some users and some developers, they'll use, put their user IDs there, their own internal IDs. it's handy later in reports, but if you don't have that stuff, it's not a problem. You can just leave it as is if you'd like, or you can put it as null. I'll put these as null. If you're already working with the user and their information, and you have permission to use their identity, their identifying information like their first name, last name, email address, you could put stuff like that here. So if you have it available, so that's when you would do it. If not, you can just put null. But for this demo, I'll go ahead and put my name. So put Sam, and if the last name Morris. Like I said, if you don't have it, I would just leave it as null. And same with the email. So I'll put my email in there. If you have that, that could be useful as well for you later on. And if you know the gender, that could be helpful as well. Not required. So both. I know it's kind of strange, but if you don't know, that's what you would leave it as, is both. But I know I'm male, so I'll put male. Okay, and then this 0 here, that's actually the age, if you know the age of the user. This is really helpful. So later on, if you're sending a push notification or a message to the inbox and you want to target maybe a certain age group, it's recorded here. So this is if you know it. It's not information we know at all or extract anywhere. This is if you have it available, then we built the messaging system to work around the data that you have already. So I'm kind of old. I'm 35. I'll put 35 in there. Okay, so we're ready to save this, and let's go back to the browser. Okay, step 5. We are so close to finishing. I know this video is lengthy, but I'm really hoping that it's making it easier to integrate and step by step. And all of those parameters, those arguments that I talked about, they're described here as well, so for later reference. Okay, so step 5, this is really optional. I definitely recommend using it. Step 5 is adding in, to your user interface the inbox icon. What's cool here is we have an image already embedded inside that jar file, so it's just a standard inbox icon. It looks good, it's crisp, and it works well, but you can add a custom one if you'd like. That's done here. You can use just text if you'd like. The icon is default though, and for this demo, I'll just use the default icon. And you can also use even custom text. So, all right. So, what we'll do here is we have sample code right away that you could just plug in if you're using relative layouts. That's what we're using in this sample here. So, let me copy that. Okay, so I'm going to paste this here. What we need to do is, so it's trying to find, see, it's find view by ID. We're trying to find the relative layout view programmatically. So that way we could then add the inbox view to that. So what we need to do is go to what's my mouse icon? It's a little screwy there. So we'll go to layout and activity main, double click that. Nice. Okay, if you get that error, just ignore it. Okay, since I created this demo app, it has this hello world. I'm going to remove that. We don't need it. But our main layout here is, so it's relative layout, which is what I mentioned we're trying to add the inbox icon to. So we just need to reference that. We need to give it an ID. So Android ID. Okay, so Android ID. And I forgot the name that we already have for it, but we'll just call it this, RL layout. Okay, then we'll save that. Okay, so now we can reference it here. See, that cleared up. Okay, we need to import this. So just left click on relative layout if you're using Eclipse, so just click to import that. Okay, we also need to import our inbox view from the results SDK, so click import inbox view. Sweet. So there we go. Let's see, let me save it here. And so that you could see the icon better, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this a background. Yeah, what am I doing here? Okay, I just went and grabbed the I think it's the hexadecimal for the color yellow, or gold it's considered, so that'll show it. You can, whatever you want to do, but the icon is, I believe its default is white. So we'll go ahead and save this. Alrighty, and then go back to main activity. So, we should be set. This should, work really well. So what I'll do is to demonstrate this actually working is I'll open up the emulator and load it inside of there, and then show you on the video it working and loading up. So I'll pause the video again and be right back. Okay, so since the emulator takes sometimes a while to load, I paused the video, but we're back now and the emulator's loaded up, and so we're ready to try our app out. So I'm going to run this, and I think it's probably going to throw up some lint errors. So I'll show you how to actually check that, toggle off this lint checker when you build. Let's see here. If it happens, maybe not. Okay, I'll pause the video so this doesn't take too long. Okay, so the emulator has finally loaded up here. And this is what you see here is the default icon that I mentioned earlier. It's loaded up and everything seems to be working fine. And if you were to tap on the icon, and keep in mind this is on the emulator, it's really sluggish. But obviously, yeah, there's no new messages in here, so it says there are no new messages. It's mentioned on the site in plenty of spots, but a lot of this is all localized. Currently supporting 13 different languages, the most heavily used languages in the world. So I mean, even these messages like this, they're all translated and built inside of the SDK. So I'm going to close this out, and what we can do is now send a test message, and I'll show you also, as well as kind of what it looks like from now the results dashboard. So we'll go back to here, click on dashboard. Okay, so now we're on active status. If we were to go to users, you could see, I'll just go ahead and go to it. Okay, you can see where I installed it today, one app open, United States. We could write a message just to me, and it would just go to me. But I'll go to compose a message. I'll do a test message to demo app. Now this is the subject line. Hello demo app users. And you can put almost anything in here. Videos, images. You can change the source so using HTML, basic HTML. So next we'll go to device targeting options. I'm just going to keep it simple, but these are all so you could target specific devices if you needed to. And what I'm demoing here at this point is showing a custom message that you send using the compose a message. This isn't the automated messages. Those, they're automated. Our system sends them, it translates them, and they just go out daily if you have it set for daily. But this is a custom message. And what's cool about it is this account type is, it's not limited. I mean, you have full access to what, the pro plan users are using, but you know it's ad supported, and also I mean you're making a rev share on that, so it's really unique and it's cool. It's beneficial for the both of us. So operating system, Android, app name. Obviously we need to choose that. It's a demo video app. Okay, and we're good. There's a lot of other fields you can put in here. We'll just leave all of this empty. I mean, you could choose carrier, device, manufacturer, models, language. Okay, but we will go to here and click send, and yes, for sure. Okay, so this could take another few minutes. I tried to message earlier when I had the video on pause just to make sure we were good, but um, what I'll do is open the emulator back up, and I'll pause it until I see that push come through, and then I'll start recording once again. And we're almost done with this video. My apologies, it's drawn out so long, but I'll be right back. Okay, so we got our push notification. You'll see it up here in this taskbar. Okay, demo video app, test message. And let me show you something else. It numbers, so it'll show a 1, 2, 3, whenever there's a new message. And then that should clear once the user reads the message. But what I'll do is we'll tap on this, or click on it. And again, it's really sluggish because we were on this emulator in my machine. Okay, so cool. So it opens up the inbox, says demo video. That was that's our name of our app. Here's the subject line, test message to demo app. It says hello demo app users, and here's the suggested app section. So yeah, and there's up to 5, by the way. And again, that's just for the free plan. What's kind of cool is the options menu is it gives the users more options. I mean, they could share the content of the message you sent. You can enable or disable to have them be able to reply back to your message. They can delete it. Settings, they can read the privacy policy with results. We're really watching that closely and respecting user privacy. That's very important to us. We strive hard to make sure we're taking care of the data that we do have shared with us, and we want to disclose to the users, how it's used. But I'll go to settings real quick, and you can kind of see the options that they have. And we're on the emulator, so this is, again, it looks lousy here, but on your actual device, you should be able to see it better, but for some reason, those are very small text. So they can opt out altogether, so that they wouldn't get any push. We would not record any of their data. Basically, if it pings us, our servers, well, it just wouldn't do anything because they've opted out. Push notifications, we could still record data if they don't opt out, but they do want to stop the push, they can just turn that off, but we could still record their data. So they kind of have those 2 options there. So we'll close this. And I'll show you also what a reply looks like. So if they click reply, that taskbar opens up. I'm sorry, not taskbar, but input field. So okay, and that would be from the user. So then they send it, message sent successfully. Okay, so we'll go back to here, go back to our dashboard. And so see your inbox here, it has a 1. That's the message we just wrote back, so you can read it, you can do whatever you want with it. Hello developer, bye. You can reply back. And if you reply back, then the single user would get that response back. It's really cool. Actually, I like seeing this because it truly opens up a new communication channel. Out of email, this is internal, it's in-app, it keeps them in-app and between you and your user base. So, and here's some user details. One thing I wanted to share with you was some of the information I inputted earlier. So my name, the gender, my email, location, this is all good stuff, and it has the SDK version of what they're on. But ad ID, the reason we have that is because we used Google Play services. Had we not used that, this would just be null. It'd be blank. Okay, so that's the overview. I hope that this video is useful. And again, I know it's super long. I don't even like talking this long ever. So, but if I left something out, if I have made something confusing, just shoot me an email, sam@rzlts.com, or contact someone from our team, or from the chat widget. We usually have a live chat available. So, thanks for your time, and look forward to working with you.